what's up? How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. We're going to talk about on this tape why not to have empathy for the narcissist. This is really important for empaths because empaths have a tendency to want to give people a second chance. You want to see the best out of people. You feel like people can change, and most importantly, you don't want to hurt someone the way that you've been hurt, and you don't want to let them down the way you've been let down. The last thing you would ever want to do is abandon the narcissist or make the narcissist feel unworthy or insecure. Unfortunately, this is what the narcissist seeks because they know that, okay, I can manipulate this person, or I can abuse this person, or I could string this person along. But in the end, the narcissist is only playing themselves every single time because they essentially are pushing away the one person who loved them, who trusted them, who actually was going to be there for them. And this is when the narcissist goes through a complete breakdown, which is why it is so hard to not give them another chance when they realize, wait a minute, I've lost the best thing that's ever happened to me. I lost the only woman or the only man that's ever cared about me, and now they're gone. And the narcissist realizes that it's like they're collapsing under the weight of their own decisions. And if you're an empath, you want to take them back, or you want to at least hear them out, or you want to comfort them, or you want to tell them it's going to be okay, or possibly start a friendship with them, or maybe be friends with them at a distance. Unfortunately, with the narcissist, though, if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. So here are a few reasons why to not have compassion for a narcissist. Number one, they feign empathy. They fake empathy in order to mirror you and to connect with you and to make you feel sympathy for them and compassion for them. They know they are not worthy of the sympathy or compassion, and it's more of a test or a trick to the narcissist, but they feign these emotions and pretend these emotions in order to get you to take them back when they probably wouldn't take themselves back. They know they shouldn't be taken back. They might even make emotional appeals, cry, open up, and, believe me and trust me, etc. But one thing to remember is if you dealt with a narcissist or a psychopath, there's probably a moment when they saw you hurting or they saw you stressed out, they saw you in pain, and they smirked at it. These are the same people that will laugh at your pain. They enjoy it. It makes them feel good. They might be in secret competition. They're more than likely very envious of you, and they get a kick out of the fact that they feel they are tricking you when they're with you. So if you don't take them back and if you don't have empathy for them, it shows them that you're not to be messed with and they really have to take emotional responsibility for themselves. Number two, it's important to know they do not change. So don't worry about the what ifs because you already know they're going to go right back to the same old form of behavior. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I've never heard a story of a narcissist changing. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I have not heard of one where the narcissist was extremely faithful and loyal, compassionate, empathetic when they realized that the woman or the man that they loved was going to walk away from them, and they realized how important that person was to them, and it made them mature and it made them change. I've never heard of that before. Typically, they're going to go right back to the same behavior because they're stuck in a form of a loop. Narcissists are stuck in like a cycle and they want to pull you into it and pull you into that loop with them. And you're not on a loop, you're off that loop. So it's easier to realize that, wait a minute, this person's going to go back to the same behavior. There was one, for example, that I interviewed and he was really good at feigning emotions. This guy was a womanizer. He was in a popular band. Beautiful guy, very handsome, long hair, eccentric. And he had had problems with so many women because they even told him that he was a narcissist and that he was a womanizer. And he proceeded to tell me for hours about how, he wants to change and how, he's impulsive and he falls into drugs and substance abuse and he can't manage his own behavior, etc. And how he realizes now, he needs to grow up, etc., etc., etc. And he's changing everything about himself. And he was very emotional and it was very heartfelt. And I'm just listening and observing. And he did do some things proactively to change his behavior. He changed a lot of different things about himself, such as, he went and got a job. He changed the decorations, the design of his house, which was all set up for partying and stuff like that. And that was a big deal for him. He got rid of some of the clothes. He switched up his clothes, all in the course of a week. And it seemed like, okay, he was trying to make a dramatic step and change of behavior, but I was like, we'll see. And it was like 3 to 4 weeks after that, and he was right back to exactly the way that he was. Back to chasing women, back to partying, back to the same character, put all of the decorations back up, the party stuff back up. And we talked again, and it was almost like he had forgotten everything that he had said. It was almost like he didn't remember any of it. He was just right back to where he was at the beginning, like he was in a loop. And that was really weird, but that's just to say narcissists, they don't change. And there's no point in you thinking of a what if with them because it's going to be the same. But for an empath, that is very difficult because you want to believe in giving second chances. But they are stuck on a loop. It's because of trauma, because of different things. They are going to keep repeating the same negative forms of behavior and keep going through the same pain cycle themselves. Number 3, as empathetic people, the last thing we ever want to be is like a narcissist. You don't want to make people feel abandoned. You don't want to make people feel uncared about, unloved. But I've never seen a person happy with a narcissist. For the few people that have gotten into relationships with narcissists, it's always very joyless, cold, callous, methodical. It's like all of the joy leaves the person when they're with the narcissist. It's like they become an instrument and a tool of the narcissist. They're no longer a vibrant, healthy, vital human being. Instead, again, they're a cold instrument and tool for the narcissist and for the narcissist disposal. And they understand that if they make a mistake or if they don't follow the rules or do what needs to be done or follow the protocol, then they will be disposed of and discarded. And that's not a way to live. That's not very fun. Number 4, narcissists have short memories. Again, like that analogy with the person earlier, they are trapped in a loop cycle. They're somewhere between the ages of 4 to 12 years old. Emotionally, they are stunted. All they can do is appear like they are mature adults. But as you spend more time with them, you realize that they don't have the emotional balance, the emotional regulatory system, and definitely not the emotional intelligence. All they can do is ape and mirror and mimic things that they maybe have heard you say, but they can't actually put it into practice with you. They don't know how to have mature conversations and discussions and dialogue, and they don't know how to stick to it. It's like they don't have that ability to self-reflect. So it's great that you got away from the narcissist if you have gone away from them. If you haven't gone away from them yet, just know they do go back to their old form of behavior. And unfortunately, their old forms of behavior tend to get worse and worse. So if they cheated, they're going to cheat worse. If they lied, they're going to lie worse. Typically, the betrayals get so thick that they try to bury the person that they're with. And so if you are no longer with them, congratulations, because getting away from a narcissist is one of the hardest things you will probably do. And it is realistically something that maybe your friends or family and people may not understand. A lot of people didn't recover from narcissistic relationships themselves. And so they maybe aren't able to give you the guidance or give you the tools to be able to feel supported or feel like you're making the right, or they don't realize how hard it actually is. But yeah, when you remove yourself from a narcissistic relationship, some would describe it like losing a child. Some would describe it like losing a part of themselves. Because the narcissist becomes such a fixed part of your world, your emotions. It's someone that you deeply care about. So to walk away from them and to essentially abandon them, that is very difficult. And it's something that a lot of people may not understand unless they have successfully walked away from a narcissist as well. But I hope you're having a great rest of the day. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.